it's interesting because I have to ask the same question to you morons 4 or 5 times. And Patrick, you seem to make a habit of this, so I'll ask it again. I didn't ask you about a book. I didn't even ask you about responsibility. It's a very direct question, and I will try to ask it one last time and see if you're capable of answering a very basic question, which you simply struggle to do.
Yo, it's MAGA Patrick. Hey, I just wanted to call and give a shout out to Alex Jones for getting his radio show back, and appears he's back on the air, fighting the info wars, fighting the good fight. And
sure, let me ask you about that. Let me ask you about that.
Did not advocate for him as far as free speech and his ability to question official narratives. He did nothing wrong. He broke no laws. There was no reason
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
For $1 billion.
Okay,
he was
Patrick?
sued for $1 billion.
Okay, understood.
$1 billion.
Understood. Let's talk about that. So my question to you would be this. Do you see nothing wrong with somebody with a huge platform after a bunch of innocent 8 and 9-year-old kids were going on your show, website, whatever you want to call it, and saying that the school shooting didn't happen and the narrative was they were actors, and then parents in public, some videos of it, by the way, going up to these parents saying that they were actors, and these parents directly getting death threats and getting harassed, still grieving the loss of their kids, by the way, proven in a court of law. They were harassed and they received death threats because of the words of Alex Jones. So are you telling me that Alex Jones has no responsibility to that, and you're okay with Alex Jones going on his show saying that a school shooting didn't happen? Patrick, is that your position?
I'm an advocate of free speech.
Free speech only pertains to government. No. False answer. Free speech pertains to government when it comes to a public sidewalk, not a private business. Free speech does not pertain to a private business. For example, if I gave out your address on the air today, and I would never do that, and if I told people to go to your house and commit a crime, which I would never do, that's not free speech. That would be against the law. Why? Because if somebody went to your house and committed a heinous crime because they heard something that I said on the radio, I should be partially responsible for that. Patrick, do you not agree that if I went on the air and I gave out your address, hypothetically speaking, which I would never do, and I told people to go to your house and commit a crime, which I would never do, and people did that, are you saying that I shouldn't be held responsible to a degree? Is that what you're saying?
Brian, that's illegal to do that. And that's
I thought it was free speech. I thought it was free speech, though. Whatever happened to free speech? Is it legal to threaten people? Is it legal to send death threats to people?
Brian,
is it legal to harass people?
He never called those people. He never told anybody to go after
so
those
here's
people.
Here's how the law works, and here's how you can be liable. Because Patrick, I think you're struggling to understand. Thank you, by the way, for at least agreeing. It's not free speech, and you can't say whatever you want on a show. So we finally agree there, and I got you to admit that because that's a very important part of this. If you say things about people that are not true, in this case, the children were actors, and those children were not truly killed, and the parents and children are actors, which is a blatant lie, and it's defamation, claiming that everybody did a phony shooting to release a narrative about gun control. That's what Alex Jones did. That's called something called defamation. You're not allowed to do that. And by the way, during defamation cases, which was proven in a court of law, there has to be damages. The damages were these parents that were still grieving, so many of them who testified, and there's evidence and proof, which was presented in a court of law, that Alex Jones' statements caused them pain, caused them grief, caused them death threats, caused them harassment. That's what defamation is, and there's punitive damages. Patrick, why is it so hard for you not to understand that as I lay it out factually? Why is that so hard for you to understand?
You understand that the judge found him guilty, not the jury, right? The jury is only responsible for.
Do you understand that in a court?
For over $1 billion.
Okay, Patrick, do you understand that in a court it was proven based on the evidence that these families had punitive damages because they were harassed? Even death threats were sent to some of them directly because of the comments that Alex Jones made. Do you disagree with that? Forget about the judge for a moment. Forget about all your opinions on Alex Jones for a moment. Do you agree with me, at a minimum, that the statements that Alex Jones made about them being actors and not real led to direct threats to those families? Do you agree with that at least? Yes or no? Let's start there, and then we'll continue.
He's not responsible for
I didn't ask you responsibility. You're getting ahead of me. I'm trying to agree on the most basic things. Otherwise, we can't continue the conversation. Do you agree with me that it was proven that the statements that Alex Jones made directly on his show about it being a possible actors and an acting job led to some of those family members receiving death threats and harassment? Yes or no? Please answer the question.
Alex Jones didn't write a book on it. There was.
I didn't ask you if I didn't. The question wasn't whether Alex Jones wrote a book on it. It's interesting because I have to ask the same question to you morons 4 or 5 times. And Patrick, you seem to make a habit of this, so I'll ask it again. I didn't ask you about a book. I didn't even ask you about responsibility. It's a very direct question, and I will try to ask it one last time and see if you're capable of answering a very basic question, which you simply struggle to do. It's not about a book. It's not about anything else. Patrick, I'll ask you one more time. Please pay attention. I have to talk to you like a school child. Patrick, Mega Patrick, whatever you want me to call you, Patrick. Do you agree, yes or no, that some of the statements that Alex Jones made on his show about the Sandy Hook shooting being fake and they were actors did lead to some of the death threats and some of the harassment that some of the parents received? Yes or no?
You have no way to prove that. No,
have a nice day,
saying
Patrick.
no.
You're a complete idiot. Have a nice day. Actually, there is a way to prove it because there's videos and audio, and the people that committed those threats, there were police reports that were made, and in those interviews with some of those people that gave death threats to the families said they heard it on Alex Jones. So you're 100% wrong. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, and that's why we call you dumbass MAGA Patrick. Have a nice day.